Good morning. How are you? Caroline from Complete Fitness and Wellbeing with your 5 moves in 5 minutes on this Friday morning. And Friday mornings is always balance and strength. I'm going to show you 5 moves that we'll be doing very shortly in our 8 o'clock class. And why do we work on our balance? Because it's something we always are going to need at some point in our lives. And as we get older, it's something we really do need to maintain, so that if we can help reduce the risk of falls, or if those sort of things happen, be able to help ourselves get back up, because we're building on that strength as well. Good morning. How are you doing? Well, I hope. If you're going to join in with me with some of these moves, as always, please make sure you've got a clear, safe space. And I've got a chair here as well. So if you're not sure with some balance moves, have something close by to hold on to, because that's always absolutely fine. We can then progress as we get more comfortable with the movement or how things feel. So it's always best to be as prepared as you can be. And then if we need it, brilliant. If we don't, brilliant too. And as always, if you're going to join in, please make sure you're feeling fit and well, and you're only going to do movements that are suitable for you and your body. If you've got any existing niggles or injuries or things that you really wouldn't benefit from doing this particular move, don't do it. There's always something else we can do as well. So to start with, 3 moves that we will do in our general warm-up and our every week actions. We have 9 moves that we do every week, so we can build on these. And then a couple of extra moves I'll show you afterwards, which adds variety and strength too. Timer on. 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest. We're going to go into a little mini squat, hips back, knees slightly bent, come up to tiptoes, straighten, and then lower. Off we go. So this is really one of our every week movements. So we're going down into that squat, coming up onto the tiptoes, which again is creating some balance. I've got everything working, coming back up to standing, and then lowering. So down, tiptoe, straighten, lower. Down, tiptoe, straighten, lower. I'm aiming to keep my knees roughly straight ahead. If you feel them wobbling in, can we try and gently push them back so they're in line with the hips? Oops. And just noticing the different sensations. Coming up onto tiptoe, we're going to control that. Then rising up on tiptoes. Again, there's that tendency you might think, oh, I'm going to come forward. So can we then draw everything in and bring ourselves back down again? I'll just finish that one. Lovely. From here, we're going to do a hip wiggle. So I'm going to stand on one foot. So instantly I'm working my balance, bringing my right knee up. The knee's not going to do the work. The movement is coming from my hip. So imagine that leg bone in that socket. It's just rotating. Now, if I needed or wanted, I've got my chair here. It could be a wall to help with that balance. And if that particular position wasn't comfortable, I could then bring my leg down, bend my knee so my leg's behind, and wiggle from there. So I'm still getting that movement in that hip. So we're getting the hips to feel a little bit more mobilized. Maybe again, they're a bit tight or a bit stiff. That can affect our mobility. Which again, if we've got to call upon those movements quickly, they might not be as ready to respond. And also that being able to get up or move out of the way quickly. If everything's sort of working as best it can, that's brilliant. Last one of our regulars. Again, I'm going to stand with just one leg raised. I'm not doing anything other than looking left, forward, and then right. So my visual is having an impact on that balance. Straight ahead, not too bad. As soon as I turn right and left, I can feel my foot, ankle, leg having to adapt, which is great. And if you think about the way we walk every day, we are constantly looking around as we're doing it. So the body's always working, always adapting to keep us sort of upright and being aware. So when we sort of really break it down and really focus on it, it feels a lot harder. This is something, again, we could do while we're waiting for the kettle to boil, or when you're waiting for something. We can just, how does it feel standing on one leg? And if that wasn't comfy, we could just rest that big toe of the other leg down. So we're still changing the stance, which again is working our balance too. Right, the next 2 moves, they're a bit of a complex sort of flow of movements. We're going to go into a shoulder press with a knee high, into a single leg deadlift and a row. So I'm working one side while my other side is having to help stabilize me. So as I come up into my shoulder, because I've got a light weight, but you could do this body weight, I come back down again. I'm then going to bring my arm down, leg extended behind, and then begin to hinge at the hips. My back leg rises up. From there, maybe, again, I do that row. I then come back down. My foot can really ground any time. I then come back into that high knee and shoulder press. Maybe the foot stays off the floor as I go into that hinge. So this left side is having to stabilize my right side as the upper body is working. Then as we go into that hinge position and rest. Lovely. And we would do the other side as well. From here, the next move, I'm going to do a side raise and a leg abduction, and then a front raise and a leg extension. So again, all on that same side, with the weight, without. So I'm just taking my leg out to the side as I raise my arm at the same time. I'm then going to raise my arm forward and extend my leg behind as well. So from here, out to the side. If I didn't want to take my foot off the floor, again, I could just slide it out. So I'm still balancing mainly on that right leg. And again, taking the arm out in front and just that little extension there. But if I didn't want to take the leg off the floor, again, I could just slide it out, keeping the foot on the floor. So I'm going side, forward and back. My right leg is working to help keep me stable. I'm going to try not to lean too far to that side. So I'm working within that range, side and then forward and back. And adding that weight adds that little bit of extra resistance. So we're working on the strength, taking the arm out and forward. So there we go. 5 moves in 5 minutes we'll be doing very shortly in our Friday morning class. I hope that gives you some ideas for working on balance, maybe even just 1 or 2 moves that you do on a regular basis so you can see how you progress and how you're starting. And then maybe if you do it regularly, how that feels afterwards. Let me know how you get on. I would love to know. Have a super weekend. It's Friday, so have a great weekend. And I'll be back on Monday for weights and more, I think. So I'll look forward to seeing you then. Take care. And any questions or any thoughts, drop me a message. See you soon. Bye-bye.